A Song of Spring by Samuel Francis Smith. Welcome, the opening buds of spring, welcome the dew and rain, welcome the merry birds that sing, welcome the bursting grain. Welcome the balmy airs that breath the rainbows and the showers, welcome the early flowers that wreath their beauty round our bowers. Wild from a thousand warbling throats melodious music rings, maiden and vesper swells and floats nature's sweet offerings. Each bird that soars, each bud that breaks, and beauty from its cell, tuneful or still, when accent wakes, God has done all things well. Let tree and wood, let vale and hill swell with sweet, grateful song, and wave and rock and rippling rill the echoing strain prolong. America by Samuel Francis Smith. My country, 'tis the sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing, land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountain side let freedom ring. My native country, thee, a land of the noble free, thy name I love the rocks and rills, the woods and templed hills, my heart with rapture thrills, like that above. Let music swell the breeze, and ring from all the trees, sweet freedom's song. Let mortal tongues awake, let all their breathe partake, let rocks their silence break, the sound prolong. Fathers God, to thee, author of liberty, to thee we sing, long may our land be bright, the freedom's holy light, protect us by thy might, great God, our King. Childhood Memories by Samuel Francis Smith. Oh no, they shall not be forgot those days of simple truth, the harmless sports and noisy joys of boyhood and of youth. And when upon those early scenes we suffer thought to dwell, we'll drink to their dear memory from the pure, the beauty well. Under each scene anew we treat, each hollowed spot where time and giddy gladness flew, oh, can that be forgot? Roll back the tide of cares, roll back the swelling sea, and all we'll give to think upon our days of youthful glee. Ah, those cheerful scenes are gone, our joys flit fast away, our friends of our bright boyhoods mourn, or tell me, where are they? Bereft, but bowing to our lot, our onward path we tread, as mournfully we gather up the mantles of the dead. The places where our youth was spent, the friends who now are not, the scenes were loved, those joyous hours shall not be forgot. Cradle Song by Samuel Francis Smith. Sleep, baby, sleep, a cottage vale is deep, where the lamp is on the green, its snowy fleece is soft and clean. Sleep, baby, sleep. Sleep, baby, sleep, I would not weep, where little lamb, he never cries, how bright and happy are his eyes. Sleep, baby, sleep. Sleep, baby, sleep, rest shall angels keep. The lamb before the door shall feed, and suffer neither want nor need. Sleep, baby, sleep. Sleep, baby, sleep, near where the woodbine creep, be like the lamb so meek and mild, a sweet and kind and gentle child. Sleep, baby, sleep. Divine Providence by Samuel Francis Smith. Praise ye Jehovah, his glory proclaim, bring joyful hosannas to honor his name. Of glad acclamations as Alpha draw near, bow loud who his footstool, Jehovah is here. He speaks in creation, he rules over the flood, through nature's wide realm the omnipotent God. But shows the temples we build to his praise, as shrines for his name, the abodes of his grace. When come where we wait for blessing to prove, thou strong to redeem and thou matchless in love. Like light breaking forth from the gates of the morn, may raise from thy glory this temple adorn. Everett by Samuel Francis Smith. Mute is his eloquence, that silver tongue, on whose sweet accents crowds admiring hung, whose fitting words and heavenly beauty fell on ear and heart that owned the witching spell, whose graceful cadences tides of feeling woke, as if on earth some loving angel spoke. Nor rest in silence, like a harp unstrung, its notes unrivaled on the breezes flung, the breath in living echoes in the air, as though the master spirit lingered there. Who can do justice to so great a name, who speak in worthy words his matchless fame, and write learning brilliant and profound, and taste the model and in judgment sound, above ambition's mean and shuffling arts, too great to purchase power at public marts. And life so pure and motive so unstained, he trod with honor all the heights he gained. His aim so worthy and his power so rare, if first he stood where people placed him there. As stands a shaft on some far-reaching plain, rising o'er cottage roofs and waving grain, catching the earliest morning's crimson streams, and latest splendor of the evening beams. Towering o'er all, it meets the distant sight, and bathes its summit in the peerless light. So in his country, in his age, alone, as in the earlier times great Washington, when foemen trod the stage with haughty stride, he for his country spoke with manly pride, consoled the timid, made the fainting strong, stood for the right, and frowned upon the wrong. As some brave soldier waves his flag on high, and points his comrades on to do or die, then plants the banner on the topmost height, borne through the fiercest whirlwind of a flight, himself forgetting, eager but to see his nation's struggle crowned by victory. So toiled and laughed, so stood till evening set, and arrived the brave immortal Everett. Well, at his funeral pomp the revs of green adorn the places where his life had been, and garlands deck with sweet and cheerful bloom the opening gateway to his honored tomb. A full-blown flowers of pure and spotless white, symbols of finished life, a life upright. The bursting buds of fresh and bright renowned wreath o'er his name like an immortal crown. Each fragrant blossom round the good and brave, telling how virtue lives beyond the grave. The martial dirge with deep and solemn strain fell on the ear as falls the gentle rain, raving our troubled hearts a healing balm, while mingling organ notes prolong the psalm, as if twofold music had been given, symbol of closing earth and opening heaven. As when the good man parts from earth and time, soaring from toil and pain to joy sublime, a fleeting light of such a world as this melts in the splendor of ecstatic bliss. The mortal, like the setting sunset, fades, while glorious visions rise that know no shades. And earthly music, as the soul scans, dies on the ear, and with the angelic concert blends. Elizabeth the Infant Angel by Samuel Francis Smith. As candid dearly loved and life's young bud, too fair too sweet that earth's rude blast to stay, safe in the bosom of thy father God, bright beauteous infant from thy cumbering clay, so soon escaped its happy heavenward way thy soul hath taken, like the light of morn what didst shed on us one fair passing ray, when to thy glorious source babe was born. Dear infant angel, safe in joy and God, babe of fair promise, child of fondest prayer, hail, rescued spirit, painful is the rod, but never will we mourn with woe at wear. Bright gem, we would not tear thee from thy crown, nor bid thy harp, sweet self, silent lie, stain the mansion, infant, still our own, never to grieve again, or fear, or die. Short was thy pilgrimage path, a sunny hour, life was to thee too sweet a boon to last. What joy it gave thee, gentle morning flower, how soon the glorious page and hour we passed, yes, from earth, but fair life is thine. The vale of death thy little foot hath trod, and on life immortal thou dost shine, the infant, in the paradise of God. Flowers in Winter by Samuel Francis Smith. Fair flowers that bloom so richly, as if a summer's birth were wafted o'er the birthplace, and not the chill of death. Hail the joyful emblem, fit cheers for hours of gloom. Earth has its wintry trials, but 'tis not all a tomb. I listen in the evening to the sighing of the gale, and watch the heaping snowdrifts and hear the rattling hail. And I think with grateful spirit what the glorious God is ours, who is mighty in the tempest and gentle in the flowers. The piercing blasts are blowing, but every smiling cup bears forth such charming fragrance, and looks so sweetly up, I forget the shortened daylight and the wintry chill and gloom. Heaven seems hovering near me with its everlasting bloom. And I see amid the darkness of a pathward mortal street, in the land of grief and parting, of the mourning and the dead, how God, with loving mercy, softening the painful blow, leaves joy to guilt or sorrow, like flowers in time of snow. The cherished forms that faltered, and we laid them down to rest, in the still retreats are sleeping, with the peace of Jesus blessed. Like a blossom from the tube, like the harvest from the grain, vivid spring, that time approaches to the lovely life again. We are living still in beauty, where the soft airs ever last, where we never feel the whirl of the winter's bitter blast. No frosts with chilling fingers, no griefs with scalding tears, where summer ever lingers, and flowers bloom all the year. God all in all by Samuel Francis Smith. God of all grace, supreme alone, thy robe of light, the heavens thy throne, the winds thy voice, thy path the sea, reverent we bow and worship we. And all thy works, the hand we trace, creation does but veil thy face, thy life, our life, thy warmth our spring, our only rest, thy sheltering wing. A breath makes every pulse beat thrill, we feel the whispers of thy will, we come, we go at thy command, we wait the moving of thy hand. Plant in our hearts thy love and fear, teach us thy precepts to revere, and fashion us through grace, to be but living temples meet for thee. God ever glorious by Samuel Francis Smith. God ever glorious, sovereign of nations, waving the banner of peace over the land, thine is the victory, thine the salvation, strong to deliver, only thy hand. Thine is the victory, thine the salvation, strong to deliver, only thy hand. Still may thy blessing rest, Father most holy, over each mountain, rock, river, and shore. Sing hallelujah, shout and hosannas, God keep our country free evermore. Sing hallelujah, shout and hosannas, God keep our country free evermore. My country, 'tis of thee, by Samuel Francis Smith. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing, land that my fathers died, land of a pilgrim's pride, on the mountain side let freedom ring. My native country be a land of a noble free, thy name I love thy rocks and rills, thy woods and tempered hills, my heart of rapture thrills like that above. Let music swell the breeze, and ring from all the trees, sweet freedom's song. Let mortal tongues awake, let all that breathe partake, let rocks the silence break, the sound prolong. Our fathers God, to thee, author of liberty, to thee we sing. Long may our land be bright, with freedom's holy light, protect us by the might, great God, our King. Amen. Nathaniel Parker Willis by Samuel Francis Smith. Come back to be buried beneath a green willow, whose long weeping branches trail over the tomb. The soil of her birthplace prepares thee a pillow, the kindle of the morn, for thy eve there's room. Come back to be buried, the patriarchs holy, and faith breath thy name at the altar of prayer. Come back from the greatness, to sleep with the lowly, the pride sounds not trumpet, and fame is but air. Come back to be buried, where honor first found thee, o'er thee her mantle deliciously flung. Come back with a robe of renown, wrapped around thee, dressed where the garlands and youth o'er thee hung. Come back to be buried as blossomings vernal fall back to the soil whence their beauty was born. As sunset clouds glitter and glory supernal return from the earth which the moistened morn. Come back to be buried, but still show the crescent of fame, early won a record loom. As chaplets of love made simple rescant are saved from the night of the depths of a tomb. Come back to be buried, mowed down by the reaper, whose pitiless skiff spars no man and no bloom. Come back to be buried, O lone silent sleeper, where kindred await thee, come pilgrim, come home. Oliver Wendell Holmes by Samuel Francis Smith. Dear master of a tuneful lyre, how shall breath or word farewell? How shall we touch the trembling wire which vibrates with a mystic spell? The world seems poor, thee bereft, the evening sky without the sun, the setting, not the gem is left, the frame remains, the picture gone. As birds that flout on heavenward wing, unseen, the air with music fill, singing they saw, and sawing sing, the broken harp yields music still. Life's golden bow was dashed too soon, but love still holds her cherished name. No sunset wine, but fadeless noon, no shadow, but immortal fame. So the dear chrysalis we hide for God's safekeeping in the tomb, and in firm faith and hope we bide the dawn that breaks the silent gloom. Wait the fair day, the glorious hour, the precious form enshrined in clay, instinct with new created power shall waken heavenward soar way. Our Golden Wedding by Samuel Francis Smith. Behold, dear wife, how things have changed, through sunshine and through showers. The spring is ripened into fall, the buds have turned to flowers. What long white paths our feet have trod since the far days of old! But love has changed each woe to good, the silver moon to gold. These 50 years of wedded love, how brief and few may seem, swift as a summer day of joy, eventful as a dream. The babes we fostered long ago and called them children when the girls sang to mother's ground, the boys to stalwart men. We launched our bark on Sunday youth, the date seems far away, but years have shortened into months, months into fleeting days. Once like new ships that ride in port, with canvas all unfurled, successful voyagers our keel has sailed half round the world. By day God's loving cloud has moved, a shelter o'erhead, and still by night our winding course with pillared fire has led. Sail on, fair craft so bravely kept, unharmed by wind or wave. The hand so skilful, so direct, is mighty too to save. Sail on, till golden light shines o'er the distant sea, guides the vessel to its port, blessed immortality. Sallie by Samuel Francis Smith. Thus comes another, may she stand among the saints in light, blessed Saviour at thy own right hand, and walk with thee in white. And should her pilgrim march be long, and sharp afflictions wrought, or shorter pathway to the skies, or may it end in God. The friendships we formed by Samuel Francis Smith. The friendships we formed when life was still young, the sports that we joined in, the songs we once sung, oft from the chambers of memory we well, like the echo of waves in the beautiful shell. Our griefs we have met on the pathway of life, the conquest won bravely amid the stern strife, the light and the shadow, the joy and the woe, form like sunshine and raindrop, the radiant bow that rests on the brow of the storms that are hour, that lights up the wave where the barks on the shore, that fades like the hues of hopes that are riven, but sails as it fades through the blue arc of heaven. The garlands we wove on the foretop of time were robbed of a freshness we wore in our prime. The castles we built, so lofty and fair, were crumbled to dust or vanished in air. The barks we once freighted with hearts beating high, and launched on the sea with tremor or sigh, or sunk in the ocean or dashed on the reef, the more grand their career, the more sad and more brief. For the plants we have loved to angels are given, having climbed over wall into blooming and heaven, so the chain of our love does not weaken with years, nor with affliction of toil and of tears. Crumbling dust, no venge like breath, no chill of the darkness and shadow of death, no perishing shipwreck, no waste in the tomb, a thing to be lost in life's gathering gloom. Time and jealous fingers make all things decay. We brighten its links as the years pass away. We fasten the lock on our youth and our glee, and wonder to broaden have lost the soul key. The heart clasp unites so firmly the chain, but 'tis welded by time and must ever remain. The Little Cricket by Samuel Francis Smith. You sweet little cricket amid the night dew, while the moon shines so brightly, I listen to you. I love your dull chirping, your shrill monotone. You soothe with your music this bosom so lone. Your voice like the breezes that mournfully play when red leaves of autumn look gaudy and gay. Tales of joys now departed, no more to return, of summer hopes blasted, of their flowers torn. Sweet cricket, thy music will quickly be still, and the tempests of winter roll out on the hill. Go when the storm comes where all my friends dwell, no more shall my heart say to gladness farewell. The Redeemer's Tears by Samuel Francis Smith. 'Twas at the grave of Lazarus, the two fond sisters in their sackcloth robes, drenched in affliction, and the godless Jews, and at one scene made lovely, as they went to weep with Mary at the sepulchre, stood there a grieving circle. She came forth, obedient in and sour, to the call of him who called for her. There was no voice among the whited stones that pointed out a home of dead men, and no scenery was sweet or gorgeous in the hills or vales of loveliest form and hue that spread around them to call forth a moment's admiration. There was one absorbing sense of sorrow that burned at her heart's core, the glorious voice of him who raised, triumphant, the dead brother had not broke out in holy thanksgiving. And there they stood, consumed by their deep grief, and there Jesus wept. The evening sun slanted among the hills where Zion's temple shone. Down where the scant of Olivet a joyous crowd advanced, singing hosannas unto him that came, the son of David, and yet David's Lord, a prophet of a nation. Not as when each heart beat sadly, and the silent tears stole down the cheeks of all the sorrowing band at the dead brother's tomb. No, all was gay and bright, but unto the devoted place, accursed is the dwelling of a crucifix of the Lord of life and glory, we were drawing near. The crowd rejoicing in the city, and the sheen of their own glorious temple pressed their way, thoughtless of coming evil. But, behold, mid the happy throng one stretched his gaze into eternity, soon to receive the uncomforted inhabitants, whose towers were ready to their fall, inhabitants who knew not when the visitation came. One gazed in silent sadness as he thought upon the coming fate, and Jesus wept. Wept twice on earth, once at the tomb of him whose sorrowing sisters he had loved, and once when he foresaw Jerusalem's dread fate. To a young friend at 21, Samuel Francis Smith. Like a swift racer, clear the lines that cross the life's unfolding plan, and leave the place that please the child, for toils that dignify the man. The world before thee waits thy choice, the coming years to thee belong. If stern ambition climb the heights, let hardships only make thee strong. Cleave to the good, the pure, the just, be the whole life a life of love. By noble thoughts and lofty aims, thyself to man and God approve. Love dear land that gave thee birth, the land thy fathers died to save. They real nobles of the earth, the true, the loyal, and the brave. Walk in the footsteps of the wise, frown on the wrong and right defend. Spurn from the soul all selfish aims, do thy whole duty till the end. So shalt thou leave a fragrant fame, my deeds thy monument shall raise. The world shall bless thy honored name, and men unborn shall speak thy praise. To a Young Maiden by Samuel Francis Smith. Splashing tinsel mantled over the shell whose tiny own eye dwells in it no more. As fragrant rose leaves to the traveller tell, when nodded in its pride the beauteous flower, so may the path with their world be strewn with sweet remembrances to rouse and cheer the very wanderer, gladly forced to own where thou hast trod, a joy still lingers there. To Little Mary White by Samuel Francis Smith. Thou precious pledge of love, of ties that bind two kindred hearts in one, the infant Mary, 'tis of joy we hither coming, of joy we both shall strive, to make thee happy, useful through the scenes of mortal life. Heaven watch o'er thee, my child, for all thy infant slumbers, guard thee well and use most tempting perils, spare thy life to us as precious as our own, and give when life shall end a crown of joy. But now, my child, with a word of grief and change, and 'tis a high behest, beyond the lot of changeful earthliness and worldly pride, that thou art sent to finish. And the day that brings the power of knowing right and wrong shall be to thee, where'er thou art, and where, now is engraved on the memory, when thou and thy mother, fearing God, did, on this day which gave thee life and light, to him that life and light devote. Now then, thou must not think thyself thine own on earth, for thou art wholly consecrate to God, born for his service, given for his praise. So live that thou mayst honour him, and then sit down in heaven with all the glorified. Wave the flag on high by Samuel Francis Smith. Wave a flag, exultant o'er the land, spread out its folds of beauty toward the sea. With softest winds its blood-bought charms expand, hail it with shouts, the banner of the free. Be it the brilliant stripes of gleaming white, our cause is righteous and our aim is pure. Be it the red, we battle for the right. Red blood may flow, but freedom shall endure. Be it the blue, to heaven our high appeal, in Christian gratitude and faith we raise. Every star a new-made state shall seal our fervent trust in God, our joyful praise. Count all the stars, the stripes both white and red, and ere on sea or land the flag is seen. They tell how God our growing states has led. Stars, 37, and stripes, the old 13. With them, their banner, men may pass away. No mind can guess the changes yet to be, but avow in beauty how their blessed way, our flag of peace, our symbol of a free. Wild Strawberries by Samuel Francis Smith. In the thick and grassy wood where the sunny streaks are breaking, and the birds their songs are waking, with mossy flowers repose, there the pretty strawberry grows. Pretty strawberry, fresh and sweet, say who made your cheeks so shining, like a crimson sun declining, and who made your pleasant smell? Tell me, pretty strawberry, tell. It was God who made me so, God. Your ruddy color brightens, and your charming odor heightens. Leafy pines on fire so straight whisper, children, God is great.